I asked ChatGPT to give me 10 VS Code extensions to improve my coding experience, and here's what I got. And I will also add some bonus extensions at the end, which I use on a daily basis. So stay till the end to get the most of it. Let's start with the first extension, CodeSnap. Let's say that you have a piece of code that you want to share to your friends or post it online. CodeSnap lets you quickly take clean, customizable screenshot of your code like this that you can share with others. Once you have installed the extension, I'm just going to use this example. Press Ctrl Shift P and search for CodeSnap. Here you can see we have a starting image right now, and you can just select whatever line you want in this image. Like if you just want this console log here, you can just select this, or if you want this entire function, you can select this. As you can see, we already have a nice image here. You can just click here to export it as an image. You can do a lot of customizing this, like changing the background color, changing the theme. So to do that, we'll just open up settings here and search for CodeSnap. This background color is this container here that we are seeing like a grayish color here, right? This is that color. You can just change it to whatever color you want. If you want it full black, you can use 30 there. Once you update this, all you have to do is select the code again and you can see the updated one. You can also change the width of this image by using this. Let's see what our settings we got. You can also change the container pairing. Let me just reduce it, and now we can see like I already have it selected, so this works fine. Let me just do this a bit. Now, what if you want the numbering to be different? Let's say taking this line, right? So you don't want it like 5, you want it like 1, right? So for that, you untick this real number. So this real line numbers will make sure that whatever line you have in your file, that number appears here. You can just disable it, and if you go there again, you can see that the number has changed. One more thing that you can do is that give the file name also here. So if I click here, dots demo, which is the name of this project, and I'm in back.js, which is really useful if you're sharing this photo inside a blog. Next, Peacock. Consider this. You are building a full stack app. Let's go with your e-commerce. You will be having a front-end app, probably a React, and a back-end server which handles the data. In this case, you will have two VS Code windows. Now you may get confused which window is React and which is for the backend. This is where Peacock comes in. You can select different colors for each windows. So once you have the plugin installed, press Ctrl Shift P and search for Peacock. Change to a favorite color, and you'll have all these different color you can choose. I'm going with Mandarin blue. Like this, you can have multiple windows open with different colors, so you can just easily differentiate them. Next is better comments. You can use comments for various things like to explain what a particular function can do. Better comments comes with a different set of highlights that you can make use of. Once you have installed the extension, you can do something like this. It is a multi-line command where @param means the string you are entering in. With this, we can easily understand what are the parameters we have and what are the variables we can return. You can have anything here. It's just a command. And if you have some other comments that you want to highlight, you can add another star in before it, which will make that particular line highlighted. We can also add to do here. If you see this function, it needs to return the string to console log it. So we can just write to do return a string. If you have a large piece of code, this will be so helpful in maintaining it. So now let's say you have used better commands and added quite a few to-dos all around your project. Now you need to keep track of those to-dos, right? That's where the next section comes in. To-do tree. Once you have installed this extension, you will see a tree icon here with to-dos. You can just click here and this will show a list of pages where you have used to-do. We can see we have our back.js to-do here, and I also have a to-do in js.js. Next is WakaTime, which can be used to monitor the amount of time you spend doing things inside the VS Code along with various other metrics. First, let me just show you how to set this up. Once you have installed this extension, you can see it asks for API key. For that, you need to go to wakatime.com and create an account here. I'm not going to show this. You can just do it easily. You can see your profile icon here. Go to settings and you can see your secret API key here, and you can just copy this. Go to VS Code again and you can just paste it there. Press enter. That's it. So make sure you scroll through some pages inside your project or something to have some kind of data to see in the dashboard. So to open the dashboard, you can just Control Shift P and go to WakaTime, open dashboard. If you click this, It will say you need to open this in external site. You can just copy it or click open. Once it opens, it goes directly into the dashboard. You may not see this page actually if you don't have any data yet, but over the time you can see data here which you can use to improve your coding experience. Next is Path Intelligence. This is a normal extension which helps you with auto completing the file names while importing. VS Code already has some built-in functions to do this, but when your project gets more bigger, this will be helpful. Next, Indent Rainbow. VS Code already have indentation lines, but if you want to make the indentation more visible, you can use this. Now you can see that there is a color highlighting the indentation, and if you were to go like if, yeah, you can see different color for different indentations. Even though you already have this white line here that comes from VS Code, but if you want it to be highlighted more, you can use this extension. Next is Markdown All In One. So when you're using Markdown files for your blog or a README page for your repo, this extension can be very useful. You will be able to see the preview of your Markdown side by side as you edit. So after you installing the extension in the Markdown file, you will be able to see this icon here. When you click this, you will be able to see the preview of this markdown. So I personally use this extension every single time I am working with a markdown file. Next, turbo console log. One of the common things we do in development is debugging. The first thing we do in debugging is console logging stuff out, but it can become a tedious job when your project gets bigger. In order to console log this, we can just select this variable and click Ctrl Shift P and search for turbo console log, and you can just click display log message and you can see the console log is here. So let's just run this node.js. So we can see how data has been printed here. With this you can make sure everything works perfectly. So you can also comment these console logs by just clicking here. So comment whole log message, and you can also uncomment it, and you can also delete it if you want. So next is code spell checker. This extension is very useful to keep your codes clean. You can see that my data variable is misspelled here. If I hover over it, quick fix, it shows the different words that I can use. This really helps to keep everything simple and neat. Let's get into our bonus extensions. Live server. As the name says, live server just serves the HTML page in the browser. I click on your HTML page, open with live server. You can see that it has opened here. Let me just make a change here. Let's say instead of 600 into 300, I'm changing this like 800 into 300 and 600. We can say that I'm just using an HTML page, but the browser just refresh and fetches the new content for us. This will help a lot for us to develop pages easily. We don't have to press the refresh button every single time we make an edit. Next is live share. You can use this extension to share your code with your friends in real time. Once you install this, open the page you want and click live share and log in with one of these accounts. I'm just gonna go with GitHub. So you can see that our invitation link has been copied to our clipboard, and you can also make it read only if you want. Let me just copy this again. Let's just open a browser and paste it. You can just click continue as anonymous if you want. Guest user. It will take a little bit of time to set things up. Waiting for host approval. Accept, retry, accept. Now you can see there is this guest user here. Let me just open the side by side. Now I can just write something here which will be updated there. You can also make this read only so they can just see what you're typing here. In order to turn this off, you can just click on shared here and stop collaboration session. Next is import cost. If you're following this video from the start, you would have seen this here like 658 zip, which is the size of this fetch method that I have imported. So you will be able to see the amount of data you have imported, which you can use to optimize your code. Extension is called import cost here. You can just install it. If you find any of these extensions useful for you, give this video a like and subscribe for more.